Good morning, everybody. My name's Kylie Evans and I'm the Program Manager for the Annual Budget and the Long-Term Plan. To my right is Ross Tucker, who is the Manager of Financial Strategy. The purpose of the overview report is to provide a summary of the process steps taken between late last year and through to today.
Kylie, can you just pull the microphone, pull it towards yourself? Yep, thank you.
In December last year, you agreed to the regional consultation items. Local boards also met to agree local content in which to consult on. Over December and January, staff prepared a consultation document and supporting information, which you then adopted on the 9th of February. Public consultation ran between the 27th of February and the 27th of March. We received just over 8,000 submissions, and when you compare this to previous annual budget consultation results, this is a huge improvement. Attachment A to this report is the communication and consultation overview. This gives you a breakdown of the demographics that we reached and explains how we reached them. Attachment B to this report is a summary of the regional feedback, and both of these reports were presented to you at the Finance and Performance Workshop held on the 26th of April. Local boards also met to receive their local board feedback. Local board chairs attended the Finance and Performance Workshop to discuss local board views on the regional topics and advocacy items. Over the past month, there's been several workshops held where staff have prepared background information to support annual budget discussions. The other reports on the agenda today do require decisions to be made in order to finalise the annual budget documentation, which we will bring back to you on the 29th of June for formal adoption. However, this report doesn't require any decisions. Happy to take any questions.
Kylie, can you just confirm, we know we had 8,058 submissions, but can you just confirm that last year we actually had less, we had 3,300 submissions, and
That's right.
in 14-15, which was the last year of the old regime of consultation where people could be face to face, that we had less than 2,000 submissions in that year.
That's right. Last year we received 3,321 submissions.
So, Councillor, I'm just making the point that the submissions are basically 4 times greater this year than they were 3 years ago when we had the old regime. So it shows that it is working, so to speak. Are there any questions of Kylie? No? Member Hannah.
Kia ora, Kylie.
Kia ora.
I noticed mana whenua engagement, but nothing about mātāwaka. And big ups to the council for mana whenua engagement, but I think there's one crucial thing missing about engagement, and that is that mana whenua is mātāwaka. In other words, us urbans. What's the engagement process?
We did run 3 Māori community Have Your Say events where there was high population areas with a targeted rangatahi campaign focused on the south. We also translated the summary of information into Te Reo Māori as well as the feedback form. We didn't receive any specific funding requests from Māori. However, when we close the loop, we'll be having tailored communications with mana whenua and Māori communities.
Member Hanari, feedback from Māori was greater this time than in previous years, which we're pleased about, and next year for the LTP, if we go out with a more scientific polling survey, then there's no question we would be picking up another waka.
Oh yeah, I think it's essential that from here on in, the council's done a lot of work on mana whenua engagement and still needs to do a bit more. But in terms of urban Māori, in terms of mātāwaka, I think that's a whole new ball game, and I think we need to pull finger on it.
Yep. We note your concerns. Okay, well, I'm happy to move this report. There seems to be no... Oh, sorry, there's Councillor Sayers. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr Chair. I certainly look forward, just picking up on your earlier comments, Mr Chair, listening to today's debate and considering everything that's said as part of my deliberations. But my question to the officers is around the process that we've been through in terms of public feedback is certainly one form of gaining opinion to help, to give us information around our decision making. But it could be, I just wonder if it could be a little bit self-selecting in terms of people who are actually following local politics are the ones that participate. So I just want to pick up on your point, Mr Chair, around the scientific polling, just to confirm, I didn't quite understand if it had or hadn't been done, if there had been any scientific polling done around any of the annual plan items this year.
No, there hasn't, but we consider doing more scientific polling when it comes to the LTP, because it is an exercise that costs about $250,000 approximately, so that it is something that we don't want to do every year for the annual plan, and especially when often the annual plan is business as usual to a degree, but it's the LTP where we make the crucial decisions and the big changes, so that's where we want the better and more accurate feedback. All right, so I'm happy to move. We have a seconder for this report, Councillor Cashmore. Thank you very much. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? No one against. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kylie.